That's right, the bingo book is here. Now, what on earth is a bingo book? The bingo book is going to be my approach to my characters during the level 100 EX era. I'm going to be talking about my experiences with these characters in the past, who I'm going for, and who I'm avoiding. Let's start off with Lightning. Okay, I know. Let me just get it off. Lightning is garbage. I hate playing Lightning. She's absolute trash. Why does a character have to depend so much on their EX to the point where if they didn't have it, they would be useless? Her turn rate, too high. Her speed, too high. No overflow. 15 CP, doesn't do damage. But she gets free turns. Does it really matter if she's wasted so many prior to that free turn? Absolutely not. But I gotta admit, that EX is clean. I've praised it multiple times. So Lightning, I'm not going for her. And I'm gonna stop here because I'm gonna just keep on going because there's a lot to say about Lightning. Most of it is negative, so I'm gonna stay away from that. Overall, she is honestly a waste of time, waste of gems, waste of everything because during this era, she's gonna suck big time. As for Lilisette, she's red for a reason. You press a button, all you're gonna see is red. She paints the screen with debuffs. She is a battery. Let me get your Game Boy. Is it out of energy? Boom! Put it next to Lilisette. Energy is restored to full. You got nothing to worry about. You got a battery. You've got the debuffs. She's 35 CP, so that's cost effectiveness. That's amazing. So yes, she's gonna be on a lot of my teams. Lightning, sorry, not so much. Next up, we got Paladin Cecil. This guy is an absolute beast. Now see, my thing about Paladin Cecil is I don't know what they were planning with this dude. I think they tried to make the ultimate hybrid because he just does about everything. He's got the turn rate, he's got the longevity, his HP attack, oh my god. His HP attack turns into a spirit bomb. You can't go wrong with that. Not to mention the first skill, it does brave damage. You have to reach a certain amount in order for it to trigger to HP. Yes, I know that. But at the same time, it also batteries the team. So does the second skill. The second skill, you're healing up everybody. Not to mention some explosive damage, which is really good. Because he's kind of lacking in that department. Mainly because he does just about everything. Now let's talk about the EX. The EX. I love the animation on it, but I'm not really feeling the damage output on it because it's really, really bad. At the same time, it helps a lot of his other skills do some damage because it drops the holy resistance. Now, things like this, you gotta pay attention to stuff like this because characters that can do that are an automatic win because that means they are unique. Not a lot of people can do that. The thing about Paladin that sucks is the overflow is pretty much, it's really embarrassing. It's like baby overflow at best, but at least it's something. At least it's present, unlike Lightning. But still, I respect it. It's really nice. I played with him a lot. He's a really solid character, but this time around, I'm gonna have to say I can't do it. I just can't do it. Honestly, I don't need him. He's really good. For my plans, I'm gonna have to pass on him. I don't want to deal with his overflow because it's really bad, so this time, buddy, can't do it. Next up, we got my favorites. We got Rosa. You know Rosa's one of my favorites. Of course, Quistis. Kuja, Kuja. Sorry, dude. This time for Kuja, I'm gonna have to avoid him. Because the dude, he's really good. Don't get me wrong, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. Kuja is not worth my gems this time. Because the first time I did it, it was like, this is the best thing ever. But soon after, I started to see the power creep. It really wasn't pretty. The dude was still doing a lot of damage. He was still holding it down. There wasn't much of an issue. But later on, once Rinoa came out, I was like, you know what? I feel like I got robbed. This isn't fair. How did I go from being like a wave clear god to her just throwing a dual disc and then all of a sudden one shot and everything? And yeah, Kuja falls off later on because once the Cosmos era hits, You can't one-shot trash mobs, you waste too many abilities. Even with a proper battery, he just kinda sucks. Not to say that he can't be used during Cosmos era, it's just gonna be really frustrating. It's not gonna be as satisfying. No more one-shot and stuff, no more explosive damage, high scores, all that. I'm sorry, goodbye. But we got Quistis, the EX. It is up so often. It is quick charge. I love it. Her 35 CP skill. Look now. Nobody else can do that. Nobody in the history of this game, even till the current day, in the Japanese version, can do what she does with that 35 CP skill. She touches someone. You see them fly off the screen. Where'd their turns go? I can't see them. Especially if you combo that with the turn rate down, the speed drop from her skills. It's the ultimate delay setup. She is the delay queen. She is untouchable. She can't die. Not to mention, if you run double Quistis, I'm gonna be questioning your morals. Like, what are you doing? That's not fair. That's borderline cheating. That's like putting in a cheat code. Especially if it's one boss, he's never gonna get to attack. It's almost not fair, but it's genius if you set up properly. Now, she does have her issues, such as reaching requirements to trigger her EX and her 15 CP to do HP damage. That's the only negative things about her. I mean, you can say her 35 CP only has about 3 skill uses. For what it does, I'm glad it only has 3, because if it has any more, she's gonna be broken. Now, people like Rosa, who have like amazing battery potential, can help her overcome those requirements very easily. Not to mention, Rosa just has a unique buff, which only takes up 1 slot, by the way, which is very efficient if, you know, you're trying to do buff stacking, because I've complained in the past about Sith and Beatrix and the buff overrides and getting rid of my Max Brave by accident. You don't have to worry about that with her because she has a unique buff. It's framed. So not much to worry about. Rosa, gonna have to pass on you. Quistis, you're on the team. Kuja, gotta pass. Next up, we got the Golbez and the Vanille. You already know what's coming. Okay, Vanille. Let's talk about Vanille. Is it required to have her EX? If you want to play her often, yeah, you better get that EX because she's got the same issues. She needs to reach over a certain amount of Brave for her skills to trigger to HP. I know, that's really frustrating. Do not worry, because a lot of that will be gone in the distant future due to the way the game ends up being, so not much to worry about. But the thing is, she hits extremely hard, especially if you have debuffs on the dudes already. What are they gonna do? Absolutely nothing. Because as soon as they attack you, guess what? She drops her EX. Bada boom! Instant break as soon as they're done attacking. Perfect example, Ultimate Ifrit. Guess what? He breaks you, he's getting broken right afterwards. You drop his attack, you drop his defense, booyah! Dispel, she's pretty good. Am I gonna go for her? I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it. If I can get her for cheap, absolutely. But am I gonna go all out for her? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, we gotta talk about Golbez. I had a really bad experience with Golbez. Very bad. Okay, let's talk about it. I really don't want to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. I spent about 55k. I never got his EX. Spent about 120 tickets, still no EX. I thought it was gonna be the end. I was like, should I even play him? Honestly, I ran his event only using his 35 CP, and yeah, he does a lot of damage. He's really good, but with that EX, he's even better. But of course, after the event ends, I get the EX from a random ticket, which is really frustrating. Because if I had it during his event, his damage output would have been so much higher. Because his EX drops their resistance to dark, meaning if he hits them with any other skill, he's borderline just capping. He's putting out the numbers. He hits hard. He's also a wave clear god, which is why he kind of gives Kuja the boot. Sorry, but it's the truth. Kuja's just not worth it if you want to get Golbez. Because I ended up running both of them together later on, and the wave clear potential is just ridiculous. It's almost not fair. But if you combo people like Vanille with Golbez, it's not fair. You might as well be putting in cheat codes, because the dude just is capping. The 9Ks all over the place, maximum damage, the meteor is ridiculous. He's absolutely amazing. You really can't go wrong with him. The thing about Golbez is, when Rinoa comes, he gets power crept to an extent. She is stronger than him, but he doesn't have to worry about dying now, does he? All you gotta do is just bring down the meteor. Pop the first skill, pop the second skill, doesn't make a difference because you're gonna be putting out the numbers. So the Golbez between Rinoa Wars, oh, that's gonna be very interesting. I'm waiting to see how that's gonna turn out. So here's the big thing, am I gonna be getting Golbez? Honestly, I'm not sure. It's a really tough decision because I'm a big Golbez player. I also need to save, so it's 50-50 right now. I can't say so for sure. Next up, we got Kefka and we got Lena for Lost Chapters. I think I want to get Lena because she's clean with the supportiness. Kefka, I don't really need him. As for event characters, we got Lulu coming out with the Jecht EX at the same time. The same banner. Sephiroth's Lost Chapter is right before her event. So let's see, if you want to combo either Sephiroth or Jecht with Lulu, either one works. I'm being truthful because once she drops her debuff, which is fire resistance down, and then enchants the entire team with fire, you're putting out the numbers. The numbers are gonna be crazy. We're talking 9.9s easily, especially during the summon. You will be obliterating everything. Whatever you touch is going to melt. It's like putting the boss inside of an oven and putting it straight to broil. He's getting roasted. What's he gonna do against this damage? Nothing. You don't even need to drop his defense because this is lethal. This is actually not fair. If you put defense down with fire resistance down and enchant fire, that boss is just going to go straight into outer space. His life is gone. It's going to go from green to red to dead. No redemption. He's gone. Jecht is an absolute monster. Yeah, he has the issue where you gotta be over a X amount of brave in order to get HP attack. I know that. But he has regeneration now because he has an EX weapon, which is really nice. And we're talking big numbers, especially if you put him with a regeneration battery, which is why I'm considering getting Lena too. Because comboing Lena or a battery, let's say Lilisette with Lena and Jecht on the same team, he's probably gonna be regenerating a good, I can't even guesstimate what it's gonna be. Maybe about 13k plus every single turn. That means Jecht / plus every single turn. Easily. Because if it's not up there, sadly his abilities flip back to brave attacks, which is very undesirable. Let's say even if you are at a turn where it's like, okay, I can't really do this right now. Booyah, the EX is up. Often. Very often. It's also just very unique because splash damage. So Lulu plus anybody is unstoppable, especially Jecht. Don't worry, because Sephiroth works well with her too. Next up, we got my favorite, Freya, and we've got Rinoa. They share some similarities and some differences. Most notably, we're gonna talk about the splash damage. Okay, way back when the Cosmos first dropped, well, let's just say this is the first official Cosmos. If we want to go by level 150 standards, you could say stuff like Ultimate Ifrit was, but no. This is the official. We're talking the official with the Ice Giants. So during this time, I had my classic setup with the the Jecht being on the team. I couldn't bring Lulu because of longevity issues. Plus, I needed a battery, so it was basically the flow of the fight wasn't really in the favor of the team I kept using, so I switched things up. I noticed putting together Freya with Jecht was pretty lethal because I utilized a lot of splash damage, a lot of longevity, high damage output, all that good stuff. But once Rinoa got into the mix, oh boy, that meteor was putting out the damage. Her max brave is actually through the roof. Like, we're talking, she can basically catch synergy characters, if not pass them. Which is kind of unfair, but that's what she does. The drawback to this massive max brave and massive strength she's going to have is that when she hits people, she actually kills herself, which is not really something people desire, but it's kind of worth it, especially if you've got a good healer. Even if you don't, pop Angelo Cannon. Booyah, you're healed back up. One flaw about her that I do not like is the wings go off if you hit Angelo Cannon, which really sucks. Not to mention she kills herself entirely too quick. Yeah, it's just a really bad loop-de-loop. The biggest thing is that her life is constantly dropping, and you have to find a way to keep it up without lowering her DPS. So if you overcome that, she's great. But for me, I'm not sure. I'm kind of like 60-40, still figuring it out. But for Freya, 100% gonna get her. 35 CP, cost effective, healing, auras, splash damage, godly. As for the twins and Serah when she gets her EX, they're both great. They have their problems though, trust me, I've played both of them. Now let's get down into the Serah issue. Okay, people are like, she doesn't really need her EX in order to be played. That is true, but at the same time, Serah is also very good with her EX. Her EX is a framed sap. Not to mention she already has poison, so that's double sap. That's kind of her thing, plus she's a battery, so that's good. Her max brave does suck, but as a battery, really good combo, pretty lethal. Am I gonna get her? If I can. The twins. The twins. Oh my god, the twins. They are so unique. All of their abilities, I'm talking 15, 35, EX, all go even. So if you put them during the summon against, let's say, Ultimate Shiva or any type of double boss, they're just gonna melt everything. And their EX is up super quickly. The thing is, it doesn't matter because their abilities always cap. In fact, if they could overflow, they go even higher. It's always gonna be in the neighborhood of like 40 to 50,000 very easily without even trying. They're capping, which is crazy. So the way Square balanced it is they can't get overflow because their abilities go even and they hit everybody. And they have a lot of them too. Also great passives, great everything. A lot of people did avoid them because they don't have overflow. I feel like this time, if I'm in a good position, I would like to give them a chance because the first time I just straight up avoided them because I was saving. I didn't know it was coming up next. And that's the thing about Global now is we have a nice chart. So in the end, I think I might try to get both of them. So that's about it for the level 100 EX era. But of course there's Cosmos. Whoa, Cosmos. But that's for part 2. Can't say too much about that right now. But what I can say is, it really doesn't matter. Just make sure you get a good team. Don't go broke. Don't complain. Don't blame people for your mistakes, even when all the information is literally out there already. Just have fun. Go for your favorites. Build good teams. Do interesting stuff. And stop trying to flex, okay? Especially on Global. Don't be this guy over there. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the fun.